I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, number 2 Forster. We're going to go through the Sunday, June the 2nd races at beautiful Hastings Race Course. We do have 8 races on the Sunday program. Of course, starting at 150. Always have that pick 4 guarantee at the old 10,000.
Yeah, $10,000 guaranteed pick 4, which will be in races 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, 5 through 8. Yeah, the late pick 4. But so it should be a lot of fun.
And a beautiful day.
It will be.
Highlighted, of course, by the River Rock Casino.
Yes, big stakes race for 3-year-olds.
Yeah, as we take another step closer to the BC Derby, our signature event,
sort
September.
Themselves out as they we get closer. It'll be interesting next time they go long. It's going to be the last sprint for the 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
They'll be heading long next time, and I think it'll be the Chris Loseth or something at the end of June or near the end of June.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into the Sunday action. First race is maiden fillies and mares, $16,000 claimers going 6.5. That's 7 of them heading to see Charlie McDonald at the starting gate. I went with the 3 Dawn's Morning for Rob Gilker.
New Year's Day.
Yes, another New Year. That New Year's Days are running well.
Yes.
Anyway, this horse was the 5-2 favorite in her debut. Didn't run to the hype. Had a dreadful beginning and just was never really in the race, and obviously came back not 100% because the horse was given the rest of the year off. Work tab's been good. I respect the connections. This isn't the toughest maiden 16. And I thought this horse was maybe worth following. Antonio Reyes has done a lot of morning work for Rob Gilker, and it's not surprising to see him give him a shot on this horse. So I like Dawn's Morning slightly in this race. I put the 6-horse Pajamas, going to give her a second shot. Going to put her in for the runner-up spot. Another one that was well backed, was 7-5 in her debut. Did not run well, but did have some circumstances and raced a little greenly in that one. But a lot of times horses will race greenly first time out and then come back second time out and figure it all out and run well. Because this horse was well backed, had been working well, doing everything right. But when you get in against 8, 9, 10 other horses, things change in a race as opposed to working with 1 or 2 other ones in the morning.
Yeah.
And it kind of got to her. And
So
I know Amadeo Perez.
The old Mike Tyson line, everybody's got a plan to get punched in the face.
That's correct. Exactly. And
pretty much what happened to her.
she did get a few blows to the solar plexus. But Amadeo Perez sticks with her, which I like.
Yeah.
And I put the 5-horse Shrugs Love, who was scratched a couple of weeks back. This one's got some nice works, and I thought ran a good race behind GMT Baby, Warriors Promise, and Snappy Ginger. Those are all winners. Warriors Promise and Maiden, but still stakes place, and Snappy Ginger is now a winner. But I thought her work tab was good for Christina Mann, who does a good job and needs some little luck. But I went 3, 6, and 5 in the opener.
I went to the 7. This is your horse, Mike.
I know Lady LaRue. I always take the 4-year-olds.
Always take Lady LaRue, too. You picked her a bunch. Good second. I really like Tui out of the Terry Clyde barn. I think Tui's got a fair bit of talent. Ran second to her, was clear the 3rd horse, Simply Golden, last time in that maiden 25. Little dip down to maiden 16. I know she's a 9-time maiden, making her 10th start. But your angle, 4-year-old, run against all 3-year-olds, and break it from the outside and has speed. Lady LaRue for me on top. I agree with Pajamas. The fact that Amadeo Perez sticks with her is really encouraging. He obviously...
She'll be better than that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the fact that she was a favorite in that race, which was a pretty tough heat with, I think, you can watch how Flight Data comes back and runs the Sunburst.
Come back and won, too.
They both run very good.
It's a live heat.
It is a live heat. Pajamas for me in the second spot, and I got your top pick, Dawn's Morning, just a 1-star last year. Interesting, though, as you mentioned, she was a favorite in a maiden special weight last year as a 2-year-old, and by New Year's Day, who was on fire. So I went 7, 6, and 3 in the first. On the second, $4,000 claimant event for older colts and geldings, going a mile and a tick. Field of 6. It's got to be Appellant here.
You don't need the glasses for this one.
Yeah, it's got.
You got to put the glasses on, but I could see Appellant, and that's
got to be Appellant. Running very tough. Has been winter raced. He's fit. Ran into some pretty tough heats. He ran in that 16 with Silvertown and Twist Grips. The odds are good. Only got beat a half length by the odds are good. Came back in a 12-5. Flat kind of race, and Glenn, as he's known to do, gets a little aggressive in here for 4, and it's not even like a terribly tough 4. I think Appellant looks like a handful in here. My eye can to the Rob Maben barn. A horse that runs better when he has a race under his belt. You can see that from last year, and I think he's got a race this year. That was a tough 4 with Burnham. Feel No Shame. Santa Fe Trail came back to run good. So I see him running second. I put Stone Ridge Ruler for Hall of Famer Harold Barabee. The first race was quite good. Ran third, got a 49 buyer. Regressed a little bit in the second start. I'm looking for him to get back and run better going long today. Stone Ridge Ruler, good early speed. For under and in light with Lenny Seashore, I went 265.
Yeah, I agree. Like Appellant, that's your horse. This horse is going to be 3 to 5, 2 to 5. This is definitely your horse to beat. Aggressively spotted.
Yeah, if he runs a little bit, he can
anywhere near his last 2 races. If that race surfaces, he's going to win by 5. So I mean, Appellant is the horse. I put Stonebridge Ruler. Harold Barabee's had this horse running well and didn't get the best of goes last time, but the horse does run good races at this level. I put him in for second, and I put Fantastic Command. Another one has some pretty nice, had some pretty nice races last year, and
2 for 2 going long.
Yep, this horse is okay. So I'm going to give this horse a shot. I'm going to go 2, 5, and 3. In race number 2. On the third race, we're going short. We're going from long to short. We're going 3.5 for long.
Very short. The babies.
The 2-year-olds here are going 3.5 for longs. 8 of them signed on. The one horse, No Tan Lines, has looked very good in the mornings. I've seen the horse, very quick. Daughter of Texas Wildcatter from the Dams, Sunnyside Gal, and
that's win early pedigree too. Sunnyside Gal was a great 2-year-old.
Really good 2-year-old. Yeah. And anything out of Sunnyside Gal has been pretty fast. There's one running, I think.
Yesterday. There's one on Saturday.
Yeah, it's not Sunny. That's quick and. But No Tan Lines.
Sir Knight, that's
it, Sir Knight, you're right. And very quick, and No Tan Lines looks, another chestnut that looks pretty quick. I put the 2-horse for Dave Forster from the mare Remarkable Miss, who Barb trained. And
strong family there,
Barrage, the Remarkable Miss family is strong. Barrage is very good, win early sire. 34 and 2, 35 and 3. Wow, those are some crazy works for Dad.
Not super Dave Forster type.
No, Capilano Canyon looks. This horse, if it's fast from the gate, this horse will be scaring the one horse No Tan Line. Should be making an interesting race. And Dino Condolinios with the 6-horse always has his horses well schooled, well prepped, very good. Very professional. Gets Richard Hamill. I put Wilson in the 3rd spot. Excellent works and lots of miles too. A couple of half-mile works already, so that's productive.
Yeah.
I went 1, 2, and 6, but they're all interchangeable.
Yeah, I don't have much to add. I got the same horses. I mean, No Tan Lines, as you mentioned. Sunnyside Gal win early, and Glenn. Always is tough.
Yeah, they're quick.
First 2-year-old, 3.5 race, pretty much wins it every year.
The rails,
that's not ideal. That's not ideal. But No Tan Lines, Capilano County, as you mentioned, my dad's horse. Looks like he has a fair bit of talent. Just been working lights out in the morning and not.
It's not like your dad, 34 and 2.
Yeah, that's not really like him, but this whole Colt obviously has a fair bit of talent, as you mentioned, of his strong family, Remarkable Miss. Capilano County, and I agree with Wilson. Dino's off to a great start this year, and his 2-year-olds, you go back over the years, he's always got some nice 2-year-olds, and this is the first one of his to surface, so it might be a live one. Same horse as Mike, 1, 2, 6 in the 3rd, on to the 4th, $50,000 claimant event. Wow, what a good field of 6 this is. I mean, you can make a case for every horse in here. I went to Coulterbury.
They're almost all stakes winners, too.
Yeah.
Except for Coulterbury isn't, but I think the balance of they're all stakes placed.
They're all stakes placed, for sure. Good Coulterbury, second in the Classic last year, but that first race of his for the $75,000 claimer.
That was huge.
Monster. Wow. Just ran away from some good horses like He's the Reason and AP's on the horse who was outside, but if he brings that back today, he is going to be a handful. I got Coulterbury on top of another horse that's coming off an impressive victory, the 87 buyer, Hanson's Victory. Those are the 2 I really like in here. Granted, you can make a case for every horse in here. They're all really nice, but I really like Coulterbury and Hanson's Victory. They're both forwardly placed. Actually, Coulterbury come from off the pace last time, but I don't think he's going to get too far out of it today. I could see him trying to, stay with like 2 or 3 off of Hanson's Victory. But Hanson's Victory should be battling with Straight Remark on the head end. Really interesting race, but Hanson's Victory is a very nice older horse for Glenn Todd. Him in the 2nd spot, and I mean, you don't want to leave anybody out, but I put in Calgary Caper, winner of the Premiers here last year. Not a sprinter, but it looks like maybe enough speed to get him to at least hit the board. I could see that for this cool old horse. It's just under $300,000 earnings, 10-time winner, 5-3-4 for me.
Yeah, all 6 horses are capable of winning the race under the right circumstances.
It's going to be the all-button race.
I don't see I'm handicapping the race to be run very slowly early. I think Straight Remark gets the lead. Hanson's Victory sits off his flank, and they set not a dawdling pace, but a comfortable pace. And I think Hanson's Victory can win from there. And Bestrea would be the one in the box seat behind him.
Yeah.
I think Bestrea gets a good chance at maybe winning or running second.
I know. I hate leaving him out.
And I put the 5-horse Colterbury, who ran a huge race. He doesn't break well. He has no speed, but he has a dynamic turn of foot. Wow, that was an impressive, breathtaking move that he winning and just running away. This is a lot tougher race than He's the Reason. I know it's less money, but this 50's come up far tougher than the 6250 or 75,000 that he was in last time.
I agree with that.
And he's got to pack the load. 124 pounds as opposed to the 116 he packed last time. But I went 3, 2, and 5, and I've left Calgary Caper out and AP Zone, who are probably both better distance horses. And Straight Remark, I just think he's going to get caught up with Hanson's Victory. I just hope it isn't crazy fast, and maybe the horse will hang around. But 3-2-5 for me. I like Hanson's Victory over Bestrea. 3-2-5, and a very good $50,000 claimer at race 4. Let's kick off the late pick 5. In race 5, we do have some maiden $4,000 fillies and mares here going 6.5 furlongs. And the 5-horse Sunspa didn't run last year, but did show quite a bit of ability in some of her races back in 2017. The connections have worked her well. The 123 and 1 out of the gate's pretty good. I don't think she's facing a super tough field. I think it's her day to shine. Yeah. And I'll try her to defeat the 1, S.E. Rose, who had no excuses last time as the 6-5 favorite. Just ran an average 5th, and I'm just going to chalk it up. Maybe the horse needed a race, and maybe she'll run better from an inside draw and get a little closer early. So, and I put the 7-horse Bombay, who's had a lot of chances, in for 3rd. I went 5, 1, and 7.
Yeah,
5, 1, 7.
Yeah, I mean, Sunspa, as you mentioned, missed the races last year, never ran, but her form previous to that, second in main specialty behind Sail On By,
good races.
Yeah, running against boys. And Craig's great off the layoff, good at getting horses ready to run that haven't run in a long time. So if she has any real lick, Sunspa will win this. I got her on top. I put Bombay in second. Good second last time behind We Are Free, a first-time starter. But 15-time maiden, tough to pick her on top. But she's going to break through one of these days. If Sunspot doesn't fire, today could be the day. Bombay in second, and I put Saturna in the third spot. Comes out of that same race. Love the progression. First start this year, didn't run a lick. Come back next time, put in a big effort. Only got beat 3.5. So definitely a horse going the right way. I went 5, 7, and 10 in the 5th. On to the 6th. 4 non-2 for fillies and mares. Going 6.5. Field of 11. Big field of 11 in here. I went to the 3 R Revel Lady. Terry Clyde's off to a great start by 32%. Coming out of 16. Against Marshall Swindle, G&T Baby. It was a 3-year-old 16, but now into a 4 non-2. I think this suits her well. Got a 45 bar last time. That puts her right in the mix here. And she's lightly raced. A lot of these have had a lot of chances. Yeah. And she's been right there in all her races. 5 starts, 4 of them in the money, and mostly against some pretty tough horses. And as I mentioned, Terry Clyde going great guns. Amadeo Perez takes call. I got 3 R Revel Lady on top of the 4 Yellow Bonnet. Coming out of Southern California, all these Redicop horses that come up to Phil are super live, but hasn't run since last June. A lot of them, when they're coming up where they've ran in March, and that's really puts them ahead of these horses. But she hasn't run since last June. Been training good for Phil Hall, and broke her maiden for 20 down there, which is bottoms, but it's still tough. Obviously, to go into a 4 non-2 here. Super live. I got her in the 2nd spot, and I threw in Rain or Shine. Coming out of that 8 non-3 against Bear last time, Sweet 16. A 4 non-2 is going to be more to her likings for Ken and Sharon Johnson. Keith Peterson's off to a great start, too. I went 3, 4, 5, just like that.
Yeah, tough race. I mean, there's a lot of ways to go in this particular dash, and some of them can end in victory and some of them can end in defeat. But I went to the 10, Where's My Jenny? The first up run against the 4,000 non-twos was dreadful. Mousy Eco Charge and Bad and Bougie wasn't the easiest of dashes. But last time out, I thought the horse from the inside ran a better than looked race under Keishan Balgobin behind Eco Charge and Bad and Bougie, who would both be heavy favorites in here.
Yeah.
Richard Hamill secures the mount. I like that. I just think the horse can sit a good trip off of the Speedy, Exorbitant, and the 9 first summer. I thought maybe 1, 6, and 9 were going to be the speed. And Where's My Jenny could get a nice tracking trip on the outside.
Yeah.
She's done some good enough races last year to beat these horses.
Absolutely.
And I know she's not the most consistent horse, but I like Richard Hamill on her, and I thought this horse was worth a look. But the 4 yellow, I agree with the 4 yellow bonnet. The reasons you mentioned. Just the one run in 2018.
Yeah,
only
exactly.
one run in the last 2 years, but still, she's got some back class and some ability. Maybe not back class, but she's got some ability running at a better track.
Yeah, was hitting the board a lot, right?
And has worked well. And I put the 5 horse. I agree with Rain or Shine. Pretty good class drop there. I didn't leave out Our Rebel Lady. It was probably a mistake on my part. Running behind Marshall Swindle and GMT Baby were 2 horses I did like on Saturday, but I went 10, 4, and 5. This was a real skullbuster, race number 6. On to the 7th race. This is the River Rock Casino.
Stake time.
Field 7 for the $50,000 prize. 30,000 27.5 to the winner. 6.5 is the distance. I went to the 3 horse Explode. I think he's just going to get set up to perfection. I see 7 horses in here, and about 5 of them have excellent early speed, which should play out nicely for Explode, who had an 11 horse field to deal with last time. He only has to pass 6 other ones today, and I just think field size helps. Still gets the benefit of a good pace on up front. And I also think he'll be a lot better than he was last time, which he had every shot to defeat Dr. John H. Hung a bit in the stretch, and I think he'll be better.
Yeah.
Explode for me to defeat the 5, Dr. John H., who's done nothing wrong this year. 3-time winner lifetime. Did well down in Phoenix and a tough stakes race in February. He's live, and I put the 7 horse Ehrlich, a newcomer for Lance and Gordy Kristoff. John Snow trains a horse that was bought after his Aqueduct race, a race in which he crushed a bunch of maidens, and then
was 95 buyer that day.
Yes, was given a pretty tough assignment in the California Derby. Well, the assignment was tough, but it was ridden quite aggressively and confidently. 23-2, 46-4, 110-4 at Golden Gate Fields over the Tapeta
really
is like
fast.
a death sentence.
Yeah.
You're not going to hang around, and the horse did. And this horse worked well over the track. I saw Richard Hamill. He did work the horse in 1 minute and 3/5 with blinkers on. A really impressive work, and certainly looked the part. So I think he's worth falling as well. I don't know what kind of trip he's going to get from an outside draw, because it looks like he is speed. But if he can come from a little off it, maybe he can win too. 3-5-7.
Yeah, I'm with you. Dr. John H. has been running all year, and Explode, I thought, ran a huge race against him his first start. Now he's got a race under his belt. I think he could turn the tables. I'm in the same camp as you. I got Explode on top of Dr. John H. Both of them ran really big races last year, or last time, sorry. So I got those 2, and I agree with Ehrlich. I put him in the 3rd spot. I don't want to leave him out. But he's a Curlin out of a Dixie Union mare. Looks like our next stake is where we're probably going to see the best of him.
He's going to be a kind of a pace route horse. He wants to be near the lead. He's not going to get. I don't think he's going to get near the lead here, and that was my only issue with not picking him on top.
Yeah.
Is just I don't know if he can. He hasn't shown me he can lay 4th and then pass horses and win sprinting.
Like I say, I like him a whole lot better in the next race, but it's interesting to see
he may be able to do it.
How he runs here.
Outside post is perfect.
Definitely got enough talent to win this. That's for sure.
Quality isn't the problem. He's a nice horse.
No, he sure is. And I would touch on, too, a horse I left out was Golden Moment. Just the one start here last year in a maiden special.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Absolutely dusted him. So interesting to see how he makes up for in his 3-year-old debut. I went 3-5-7, same as Mike in the 7th. On to the nightcap. 8 on 3 for older boys, going 6.5. Field of 9. I went to the 2 next Otis. Coming out of that pretty live 16 on 3 with Ezekiel Brogio. Was the favorite that day. 23-46, folded, but obviously in for 8. This is a little bit easier. In a race, you can make a case for a bunch, but Mark Kluche's off to a good start, as usual. Him and Amadeo Perez, always dangerous. Got good early lick. Breaking for the 2. I'm going to try next Otis on top of another Guinness. Another one coming out of that Ezekiel race. Watch how Ezekiel runs earlier on. I mean, these guys weren't really close to him. They were running 7th and 8th, but I think that was a pretty live heat. And in here, in a not super tough 8 non-3, I think they both fit well. And another Guinness, if you go back, has a fair bit of talent. He's out of that good mare, Irish Day Dancer. He's a Rosberg. And his second start of the year, he could make amends for Keith Peterson. Richard Hamill takes the call. And I put in Cyclone Dan for Bruce Unwin. Just got beat last time in that Red Buffalo Naughty Newman race. I thought he ran the best race of anybody coming out of that race. I'm not totally in love with that race, which is why I went to horses that are coming out of that Ezekiel race. But I thought of the horses that were in there, he ran probably the best. I thought he ran a better race than Naughty Newman. And Dan Velasquez sticks with him. I went 2, 8, and 7.
Yeah, I agree with the 2 and 8. I mean, they're both nice horses. I got to take the one on top, though. Martello was pretty impressed with his non-2 score. I know it was at the 4,000 level. It wasn't, the competition wasn't super tough, but the horse did it very impressively. It was full of run. The final time was excellent. Earned a big number, a 63 buyer, and this horse has been running at higher levels in the past, and I think this slight jump up to the 8,000 conditional level is not going to be a problem for him.
Yeah.
Well, if he breaks like he did last time, gets into a good position, I think he'll be pretty tough. I put the 2 horse next to Otis and the 8, another Guinness, as you mentioned, in for 2nd and 3rd. They're both alive horses. They've been running against way better horses and are pretty alive in here. I went 1, 2, and 8 to close out the Sunday program. That'll do it for our analysis of the June the 2nd races at Hastings. Once again, looks like it's going to be a fast track and should be a lot of fun.
Weekend, yeah.
Should be a great weekend. Here, next up on screen will be a quick recap. We'll go through our picks. Back in race number 1, I went to the 3, Dawn's Morning, going to go 3, 6, 5. Race number 2, I went to the 2, Appellant, going to go 2, 5, and 3. Race number 3, the 1, No Tan Lines, over the 2, Capilano Canyon, and the 6, Wilson. Race number 4, really like the 3, Hanson's Victory, going to go 3, 2, 5. Race number 5, the 5, Sunspot, makes her return. I like her to win it, 5, 1, and 7 in race 5, as we do kick off the late pick 4. Race number 6, I like the 10, Where's My Jenny? Tough race, though. I went 10, 4, and 5. Race number 7, I went to the 3, Explode. Looking for him to get back into the stakes winner's circle, 3, 5, and 7. And then the 8th and final, I went to the 1, Martello. Going to go 1, 2, and 8.
On my picks, there we go. Back in the first, I went to the 7, Lady LaRue, over the 6 and the 3. In the second, number 2, Appellant, looks to be very tough, over the 6 and the 5. The third, I agree with Mike, number 1, No Tan Lines, over the 2 and the 6. We got the same 3 in the same order. The fourth, I like Colterberry. I think Colterberry is going to come back around a big one.
That was impressive.
Colterberry over the 3 and the 4. The fifth, I agree with Mike. Horse I missed last year. Sunspot over the 7 and the 10. In the 6th, I went to the 3, R Revel Lady over the 4 and the 5. In the 7th, again, I agree with Mike. I think Explode can land in the winner's circle here. I went 3, Explode over 5, Dr. John H. and the 7, Ehrlich. And in the nightcap, I went to the 2, Next Otis, giving Mark Cluche the late double, perhaps. Next Otis over the 8 and the 7.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to another edition of Handicapper's Corner. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. Once again, first race is at 1:50. Should be a great afternoon. Our next live cards will be next Saturday, June the 8th, and Sunday, June the 9th. Of course, Belmont Day, June the 8th. No Triple Crown winner this year, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Looks like there could be as many as 10 horses in the race. We'll see how it turns out. I think we lost Master Fencer this morning, but
I think he's out.
He's out watching the workouts, but it should be a good bulky field. Should be exciting. He's only going to be probably one of the only ones to run in all 3 of the Triple Crown races. But that's on Saturday, of course. That'll be.
He was one of the few that ran him in the first 2.
That's true enough. So he probably is the only one to run in all 3. But so it'll be in between. It's usually our 4th and 5th races. But anyway, check your programs. But of course, as Drew mentioned, the Belmont, and don't forget. If you don't have any tickets, if you're not going to Hastings, get out here to the Derby Bar and Grill. Lots of great food specials. Lots going on Belmont
Triple
Stakes
Crown days are
Day
a riot
here at the Derby. So
604-536-2978. Give us a call.
Get your reservations and get down here for the Belmont Stakes if you're not going to Hastings. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. Good luck everyone on the weekend. Should be a lot of fun. We'll see you next time here at Handicapper's Corner at the Derby Bar and Grill.
I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do.